Hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the Curvy E Chronicles. My name's Courtney and I'm so glad you found your way to my little corner of the internet. Friends, it is time for another Meal Plan Monday, and we're at a store we haven't been to in a long time. I don't think you can see it, but we're going to Winco. Okay, fam. So not only are we going to Winco, but we're also going to go to my local grocery store because that's where I get a lot of my proteins. But this week's list is not actually very long because I have most of what I need, which is crazy. But it's going to be a week of good, new-ish recipes. Ones that I don't do very often. They're not like my repeat recipes. So Monday we're going to do this new one that I found on Pinterest, which P.S. Pinterest is always linked down in the description along with any recipes that I mention if there is a recipe with it and not one I just made up in my head. So Monday we're doing this one called John Wayne Casserole. Looks really good. Have no idea. We're going to experiment it on the family. We're going to do on Tuesday crock pot Cowboy sandwiches. I think that's what they're called. But it's basically chuck roast is on sale at my local grocery store. So it's a chuck roast in the crock pot and then you shred it up and put it on burger buns with like cheese and crispy onions. We've done it one other time and it was super, super good. But I didn't eat a lot of it because I was early pregnancy. So I'm excited to try it again. We're going to have that with fries. I'm going to make some at-home french fries. Wednesday, we are going to do roasted garlic white chicken lasagna soup, which is one of my absolute favorites. It's a little more labor intensive because you roast your garlic. It's got chicken that you have to, I usually cook and shred up my chicken ahead of time. You could also use probably rotisserie chicken. But it's so good. Perfect for this time of year. Thursday, we're going to do grilled cheese and tomato soup. And then Friday is going to be leftovers. We're about to head into hunting season. So, weekend dinners will be really easy with the kids, but with all of these, the casserole, the soups, the sandwiches, there's gonna be a ton of leftovers because even though Cody does take stuff for lunch, he does not eat all of this. So I don't have a whole lot on my list that I need. There's about half of these things. Well, not half. There's a handful that I'm going to get at my local grocery store. They had a good deal on like Granny Smith apples, oranges, raspberries. I am going to price compare while I'm here at Winco. But yeah, so we haven't been to Winco in a while. I'm very excited to be in there. Granted, I'm at one I don't normally go to. There's like 3 or 4 in our town, like in our big city that I'm not far from. Typically, I go to the one farther away. This one's closer, but I kid you not, sometimes the people here are a little sketchy, so pray for me, but let's go shop. They always get me with the good deals. White, yellow, and chocolate. One of the recipe calls for Bisquick mix, so normally I wouldn't buy this, but the recipe calls for it. Okay, normally don't buy cereal, but some Frosted Flakes kinda sounds good, and for that price, sure. So it's not the whipped kind, but I could whip it. Okay, fam, we got out of there. Total was $65. The big expenditures were the green grapes. Even though they were on sale, they were still $6. But I got the big bag because they were good. The other thing, the watermelon was only $5, which I thought was a pretty good deal. The other big ones were the Bisquick. I have a recipe that calls for that. I wouldn't have spent $5. It was almost $5 for that. So, but the other thing is I bought some extras. I did pick up the Pop-Tarts, the off-brand Pop-Tarts, and the cereal. That in total was like $10 of what I spent. I also picked up the 4-pack of Campbell's tomato soup because that was cheaper. The sliced cheese, I think, is still a pretty decent deal by comparison to my local grocery store. Not as good as like Walmart. So I'm like, it's been a while since I've been to Winco, so I'm kind of trying to keep track of like what's best where. I will say it is almost half the price to get breadsticks here than it is to get them at Walmart. So that's a swap-a-rooney there. Yeah, I didn't think we did too bad. We have $35 left, and I only have a few items left on my list. I need to get a chuck roast, some buns, and then they have apples, oranges, and raspberries on sale at my local grocery store. So they have Granny Smith's for 99 cents a pound, which I think is pretty good. And then the like little cutie mandarin oranges are on sale, and raspberries, I want to say they said raspberries are like $3 or something like that. So not a whole heck of a lot left. We have $35. Let's go see what we can do. Bitches. That was huge. That was giant. We're gonna get one of these little ones. Grabbing some of these because we don't have a dinner plan for this weekend. So we got out of there at $26 and change. So that leaves us with $8 left. Yes, $8 left. Which I think is pretty dang good. And actually the Granny Smith apples were 79 cents a pound, not 99 cents a pound like I thought. And I kind of feel like I need to go back and get some more. But I got 6 because I thought I might try and make a pie, and then I thought I'd cut them up for the kids. Plus just the Granny Smith apple sounds really good. And then I did spend a little bit more because I picked up the pork ribs. I know we probably have some in the freezer that I probably should use, but I don't have a dinner plan for tomorrow, and so I'm shopping on a Saturday. Tomorrow is Sunday. You see this on Monday. This weekend, we kind of just didn't plan accordingly. To be honest with you, I felt like I just did not plan well. We have leftovers, but not like a ton of leftovers. Now, granted, we have leftover mashed potatoes, which will go great with the pork ribs. But we're going to the pumpkin patch tomorrow, so I can literally stick these in the crock pot, put it on low all day, and just let them cook. I guess I could have done that with some frozen ones too. You know what? It is tease with the tease. Anyway, they were on sale. It was $4. So that's dinner for tomorrow. Tonight we're gonna figure out something out of the freezer. Those chuck roasts were freaking huge. Holy crap. Was not prepared for how large they had those cut. I got one of the smaller ones. Anyway, all right, reminder for this week. Meal plan is, they also were out of the raspberries that are on sale. I was really sad about that. They were completely out. And strawberries and blueberries were just not happening. Blueberries were $10 for I think a pound. Yeah, no thanks. And they only had organic strawberries, and we're not gonna go down the rabbit hole. Oh, you know what I forgot to get? I didn't look at my list, and I forgot to grab buns. It's fine. I'll make buns from scratch. I didn't really want to do that, but I guess I'm gonna have to. It's fine, everything's fine. Okay, so reminder for the meal plan. Monday is John Wayne casserole. Recipe will be linked down below. I think it's like a Bisquick bottom with a beef. It almost looks like a shepherd's pie kind of ish. I don't know. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna link it down below. You can go check it out. Tuesday, we're going to do slow cooker Cowboy sandwiches, which is the chuck roast that that's for. That recipe will also be linked down below. Wednesday, we're doing roasted garlic white chicken lasagna soup. I'm going to pull chicken out of the freezer because I'm pretty sure I have some chicken in the freezer, whether it be breast or thighs. We don't know yet. Wednesday, grilled cheese and tomato soup on Thursday, and then Friday is going to be leftovers because I know all of these are going to have, with the exception of like grilled cheese and soup, the first 3 days we're going to have leftovers. So we're in that time of year where I can cook like casseroles and soups and all that stuff, and it leaves leftovers, and I love it. So that is the meal plan. Like I said, we stayed within our $100 budget for our family of 4. I should have bought buns, but it's fine. I'm going to make them from scratch. Guess that's just just what I need to tell myself. Yeah, friends, that's all she wrote for today's meal plan Monday. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me. If you enjoyed today's meal plan Monday and grocery shop with me, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out, hit that subscribe button. Friends, remember all recipes and or my Pinterest board where I get a ton of my ideas are linked down in the description. And that's all she wrote. So friends, until next time, remember to spread kindness like glitter. Bye, y'all.